Okay, so let's dive into something pretty wild. We're looking at this amazing crossroads where an ancient, really sacred tradition of memorization smashes right into the super fast digital world of a YouTube live stream. I mean, think about it. It's a classroom that has no walls, connecting a teacher and students from all over the globe, all in real time. We're going to break down how this actually works. So that's really the big question we're tackling here, right? How does this even happen? How does a practice that's been handed down for centuries, one that demands incredible precision and, laser focus, not only survive, but actually thrive on a platform that's famous for, well, pretty much everything else? For this, we're jumping right into a live session with an instructor named Mohammed Ramadan. He's there teaching a global audience how to recite and memorize verses from the Quran. And it's all happening live. He's correcting them on the spot. He's answering questions from the chat. He's built this whole system that honestly seems incredibly effective. All right, so the first piece of the puzzle, the absolute foundation of his method, is an intense focus on the technical side of things. This is so much more than just reading words. It's about mastering the science behind how they're pronounced, a discipline known as tajweed. So, what exactly is tajweed? Well, you can kind of think of it like the musical score for the Quran. It's this whole complex set of rules that tells you exactly how every single letter, every single sound should be formed. And getting this right is everything. It's where the instructor pours a ton of his energy. Now, what's so cool here is watching how he uses the live chat to teach these super specific rules. For instance, a student reads the word kuntum. The instructor gently stops him and explains, no, the rule here isn't idgham, or merging. It's ikhfa, which means you do this light nasal sound with the N because it's followed by the letter T. Then he'll contrast that with something like iqlab, where a silent N before a B sound actually flips and becomes an M sound. It's that level of insane detail that turns a simple stream into a real classroom. And this is just a perfect example of his teaching style in action. See, he doesn't just state the rule and move on. He gives them little tricks to remember it, mnemonics. He tells his students that the letters for a completely different rule, idgham, are all bundled up in this one memorable word, yarmaloon. Little things like that are what helps them categorize and remember all these complex rules in the moment. Okay, so saying the words correctly is one thing, but now let's get to the second pillar, actually making it stick. Because the goal here is memorization, and this instructor has a very clear step-by-step approach to making sure the sacred text gets locked in. He's got this awesome 3-step multi-sensory process. First, you just listen. That's it. Listen and let your eyes follow the text. Pure intake, right? Then, step 2, you start to mouth the words along with him, but silently. This gets the muscle memory going. And finally, step 3, you recite it, but in a low voice, just loud enough for you to hear yourself. You're using your eyes, your mind, your mouth, and your ears. It's like a full body workout for learning. And this brings us to a huge part of his philosophy. It's a real game changer. For him, progress isn't just about cramming in new verses. He drills this point home again and again. Reviewing and perfecting what you've already learned is way more important than just rushing ahead to something new. You gotta have a solid foundation. And he's not subtle about it either. He calls it the pitfall. The idea is, if your foundation feels even a little shaky, you have to stop building. Just stop. The goal isn't just to cover more ground. It's to truly own what you've already learned. This is how you stop what he calls leaky memorization. So this leads us right into the third element, and honestly, it might be the most modern part of this whole thing, the community. This is not a one-way lecture, no way. That live stream format with the chat going wild and the nonstop Q&A, it completely transforms what could be a passive experience into a super active, super engaged classroom. So as you're watching him, meticulously correct pronunciation and drill these memorization techniques, a question just pops into your head. With all of this effort, with students all over the world, what's a win for him? What does he count as a successful session? And the answer, wow. It's just so powerful and so humbling. He says his entire goal for the whole stream is for just one person, just one, to have successfully memorized a single page. It's not about the view count, it's not about the likes, it's about that one person's individual, real progress. That mindset is what turns a stream into a mission. So let's put all the pieces together. When you look at the whole picture, what you see is this method that just brilliantly combines technical precision, really smart learning strategies, and a motivation that is just deeply human. This right here, this chart, basically captures the whole machine. It's a cycle, and every part feeds the next. You learn the precise rules, then you use strategic repetition to make them sink in, then you lock it all down with consistent review. And the whole thing gets supercharged by that live interaction and instant feedback. Each piece just makes the other stronger.
But the teaching goes even deeper than you'd think. It's not just about the words on the page. It's also about the instrument you use to recite them, your own body. A student in the chat asks a super common, really practical question about having short breath.
And just like that, the instructor becomes a physical coach. He gives a solid, actionable advice. He says, okay, first, you have to learn to breathe from your diaphragm, not your chest. He even suggests a workout, blowing up balloons to build lung capacity. And then he tells them to just gradually push their limits, one verse at a time. I mean, that is holistic teaching right there. At the end of the day, what makes this whole thing work so well isn't just the tech. It's this incredible blend of ancient rules, proven learning strategies, and a real human connection that stretches across continents, all built around a shared goal. You could really call it a masterclass in how to teach in the modern world. And that leaves us with this one last, really big thought. If a skill this precise, this profound, can be taught so effectively on a live stream, what else is possible? I mean, think about other timeless skills, from playing an instrument to intricate craftsmanship to, deep philosophical debate. Could they all find a new global classroom in a model just like this one? It's a pretty fascinating question about where learning is headed.